All right, in this segment, I'm going to talk to you about channel menus. As you may or may not be aware, we do have a menu system that is built in on S6L on all of the processing channels underneath the OLEDs that give the channel description. There's a little 3-layer menu where you can access certain utilities. And we've kind of intentionally kept these simple. We don't want these to be things that you would necessarily need to access during the show. So they're kind of utilitarian in nature, but you need to know that they're there. They're very, very handy. So let's see how they work. Here we go. I've kind of taken the opportunity to build a user-defined layout that's got a number of different processing channel types here. So I have an input channel here, an auxiliary master, a group master, a matrix master, and a VCA master, okay? The menu system is just a slightly different input to output, so I want to make sure and cover both of those for you here. We'll start just by taking a scroll through one of the menus. I think let's just tunnel down and identify the 3 layers of it. Let's start with the input. We'll use one of the inputs to do this. So there's a menu button right at the top of the fader, right above the OLED, and that is how you scroll through the channel's menu, just by simply pressing it. So we'll go through one that's called source, monitor, and safe mode. Okay, those are the 3 layers that you can get to on a per channel basis to make your adjustment, okay? So the first one that we'll go to is source, and obviously we're going to be talking about what is the source of the input channel, and it's probably as good a time as any to just remind you that on S6L as well as S3L for that matter, your choice will be Stage Rack or Pro Tools playback, for virtual sound check, things like that. And it's important to note that in S3L and in S6L, that's an instantaneous changeover. There's no need to rebuild the show file, or reload the show file, I should say, and rebuild the DSP. It's going to happen as fast as you can push the button. And more importantly, it can happen on a per channel basis as opposed to having to change over the entire console. And the way we do that is through this little menu system on the input, okay? So if I tunnel down once, you'll see that the source right now is channel 1 of the Stage Rack. Now, I'm going to bring your attention over to the big screen for a second. If you come over here and you take a look at the inputs page of the patch bay, you can see the patching for the input channels. Now, we're on channel 1 here. I'm going to tunnel down one click of the menu, and I'm going to choose the alternate source, which is Pro Tools. And as you can see, Pro Tools, the Pro Tools logo comes up in the patch bay to indicate that that is the source of that processing channel, okay? Obviously, I can tunnel right back down and make it the Stage Rack again if I want to do it as well, okay? If we go down one more layer, we have our monitor choices there. We can choose between monitor A, monitor B, or monitor A plus B. As you all know, on S6L, we have 2 monitor bus choices now to be able to do ear monitors or wedge mixes or any combination of the above, and any type of workflow that requires more than 1 monitor bus. Well, on a per channel basis, through this menu, you can choose whether you're in monitor A plus B, or just monitor B, just by simply using these 2 switches to make your choice, right? So that's how we do that. If we go one more down, we get to the safe modes. And before I explain this one, I'm going to take you back to the software just for a second and kind of help you to understand how our safe modes work and our choices work in the first place. Now, I'll say I am going to do another video that is dedicated to the safe operation on the consoles, or safe operations on the console, I should say. But for the context of these menus, it's important to see this one piece of it. So I'm going to take you there. If we go to the venue software and we go to Options, Interaction, down here in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see some choices for channel safe switches. We have the choice of addressing any one of these safe modes with a radio button, and whichever one we choose will actually put that safe mode to the safe switch, to the top level safe switch on each one of the channels. So we get to choose what the function of this safe switch is: automation safe, solo safe, or bank safe in the context of an input channel. All right, but that doesn't mean that we don't have access to the other 2. That's the beauty of this menu system. So I'm going to bring you back over to the choice, or to the faders here, and if we press the menu button for the 3rd time, we see the safe modes, and we see solo and bank safe as the options here. Remember, these are the 2 that were not chosen with the radio button, and I can engage all of them at one time. And you'll notice that my choices are all supported with an LED on the fader strip here. I can see the safe status, whether it be bank safe, solo safe, or automation safe at all times there. All right, so I'll just disengage those and we're back to no safes there. Okay, very straightforward. For outputs, obviously it's a little different paradigm. If we scroll down one level on an output, it's not going to give us a choice of a source, it's going to give us the destination. In this case, it's going to tell us where that output is patched in the patch bay. So if you'll notice on the auxiliary here, it's aux1 is patched to stage 1 analog 6. And sure enough, if we go to the patch bay and we go to outputs and we go to aux, we attention that aux, we can see that auxiliary 1 is indeed patched out analog 6. Likewise, if we go to the group, we can see that it's out analog 7. If we go to the matrix, it's out analog 8. They just follow right along. So same menu choices apply as we tunnel down, with the exception of the safes. Remember, we only have 2 safe modes for outputs. It's either going to be bank safe or automation safe. All right. If we move over to VCA, VCA is obviously going to have none in that first level because there is no destination or source possibility for a VCA. But if we tunnel down one more, we get the same monitor choices, monitor A, B, or A plus B. And one more down, we get the bank safe or the automation safe for the VCA as well. And as you've probably seen and you've noticed here with me working on these, once we make those menu selections, they do time out and come back to the regular OLED indication, so you don't have to remember to scroll out of them or get out of those menu settings. They'll always automatically default back to that top layer. Okay? So that's channel menus. Very, very handy, very convenient to have them right on the channel strips. I think they're going to be a big asset to your workflows. So hope you enjoy that. Thanks for tuning in on these videos. Keep coming back for more. I'm going to keep just churning them out here. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.